Pulled Up with Nursery. It is Friday morning. It is 11 o'clock here in Georgia. We have finally gotten a break in the horrible, horrible heat. So I don't know if we're truly into our fall now and we're actually going to keep this cool weather or not, but I am so hoping and praying that we are. I am sitting here in my nursery. I got my computer to the right of me, and I've got my little camera set up just to do a quick live video, and I'm going to give it just a few minutes to see if anybody joins me. I realize that on Friday morning a lot of people are still working. We've got the big Georgia Bulldog game this weekend. ESPN is coming in to film it, and they're looking at over 100,000 people coming in to Athens, so it's going to be traffic-y. So I'm going to try to get out here in a little while and run some errands. Need some dog food and a few other odds and ends from the grocery store. And then we are having our Sunflower Festival will be in Statham, Georgia tomorrow on Saturday as well. My husband's church that we pastor, Statham United Methodist Church, will be selling hot dog boxes, and we also will have nacho chips and cheese, giving away bubbles for the kids. So we'll be doing that on our church property, which is right there in the main area of Statham. So if any of you come through, stop by and grab one, and we'd be happy to see you. Okay. No one has joined me so far, and that's okay, because I realize, like I said, it's early in the morning. But the main reason I wanted to make this video was to quickly show the two babies that I currently have for sale. I have two babies that I just finished up, and for the last few photography sessions that I've done on my dolls, it's been where my schedule has been kind of erratic, and so it's wound up that I've been taking my photos in the evening, and because of that I haven't been getting proper lighting. I try to take my photos with no flash, because flash distorts the coloring, and so you get a better coloring when you don't use a flash, but you would need good daylight, good natural lighting. And so when you take them later in the day, like I have been doing, I haven't been getting as much natural light, and so the pictures have not been that great. The last baby I sold was the custom Adelaide that I sent to one of my repeat customers. And I was so happy because Mandy wrote me back and she was like, oh my gosh, the pictures do not do this baby justice. She is so much prettier in person, which is awesome. I really want to hear that. I don't want anybody to get a baby and say it looks awful in person. But so I'm happy that the baby looks better in person, but I am frustrated that I can't get that across in my photography. And I have bought myself a tutorial. Actually, I have had this tutorial since probably right after or right before Christmas this last year in December. I got it right after I bought my new camera, and I've been meaning to sit down and go through it, but it's one of those things like I've actually got two tutorials by and I'm trying to think of the guy's name, Frono's Photo, that's what he goes by. And so I've got two tutorials by him, and I know one of them's 3 hours long, and I forget how, I think the other was like an hour and a half or something. So they're going to take some time for me to sit down and go through them and just to watch them and then go back and take it bit by bit and digest it. And unfortunately, I haven't made myself do that because I'm always frantically either trying to do babies for shows, babies for orders, babies just because I want to paint babies, or I've been, as you know, I've gotten a new sewing machine, and I've gotten back into sewing some, and I've been making the baby bassinet bags, which I'm going to be making for the show, IDTS next summer, and then I've been doing that. I finally got my pattern situated how I want it for that, and so I've kind of laid that aside for now because I've been working on making dolls, but I will get back to sewing some here soon. And so yeah, because of doing all that, I haven't spent as much time as I should, or any time at all, going through my photography tutorials. So hopefully that's on the back burner there, that I will be soon getting better at taking pictures of the babies. Hello, Miss Glenda. I'm so glad to see you join me. It looks like you and I are the only ones on here right now, and that's okay. I was saying just now that I do these videos and then leave them up on my page for people to come back. So what I wanted to show everybody today, like I said, was two of the babies that I have recently finished that I have for sale. In the past, I have done budget babies at Christmas time, and my Christmas schedule runs from August to the end of October. So from August to the end of October is when I take custom orders for babies that I'm selling for Christmas orders. And that's when, if I'm going to run anything on any kind of special pricing, I will do it during that time. Because typically once November hits, I tend to slow way down. I might do 1 or 2 Reborn dolls in November. A lot of times I spend November making, I have tons of Reborn doll kits in my stash. I say tons, a lot of in my stash that supposedly I'm supposed to be making for myself. And some of them I've had in my stash for probably 4 or 5 years. Still haven't gotten them made for myself. So I've been trying every so last few years to get babies made for myself. And so I will do that during November, and I try to take time out in November once Thanksgiving hits, particularly November, December, to spend time with my family. So that's why I tell you all, and even though a lot of you are not thinking Christmas right now, and the stores are definitely thinking Christmas, they've got the decorations out, but even though a lot of you are not thinking about Christmas, I am. And a lot of us in any kind of retail industry or craft industry are thinking about Christmas right now because we want to take some time off as it gets closer to Christmas. And speaking of my own babies, I'll go ahead and show you guys. I think I've shown this one before. I can't remember. But this was my baby that I made last year during that time. And this was my baby Jesus. I colored him the way that I think baby Jesus could have looked as a little Jewish baby during that time period. And I obviously had him wrapped up in a little swaddling cloth during Christmas, and I put him under my tree. So this was the one I did last year for myself. And this is a sold out limited edition Braden Russell kit. And he's a smaller newborn. But yeah, I love, 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 love this baby. And I was very happy how he turned out. And the whole time I was painting him and working on him, I was playing my Christmas music, and I was thinking about what baby Jesus would have been like, and it was just a really nice experience for me when I made this one. So he has a lot of love that I poured into him, and so yeah, I really love this one. So yeah, that was the one I did for myself last year. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do this year. But there's little Braden. So anyway, so let me go ahead and show you the 2 babies that I have currently finished up. So normally these, I'm not running the cheap babies. In the past, I've done a lot of cheaper Bountiful baby kits at Christmas time. I'm not doing those for a couple of reasons. I mentioned a while back on a video that I did that I'm getting moving away from those kits. If somebody wants to custom order one, I might do one as a custom order, or if you have, that kind of thing. But for the most part, I'm not doing a lot of them anymore, just simply because so many of them are on the market, and they have flooded the market with their cheap kits. And so many of the novice Reborn artists, people wanting to paint Reborns and all, are doing them now and selling them, that it's just not, there are just so many of them. I don't really enjoy it. And the competition to sell the cheap kits has gotten really large, and people don't realize the difference between a quality made baby and one that's just cheap for the sake of being cheap when you're talking about that lower line budget kit. So I've moved away from them, and I'm doing mostly just the limited edition kits now. So happy to see you, Denise. Glad to have you join me. And hey, Janine, how are you doing this morning? Hope you ladies are all having a great day. So typically my limited edition babies run in the $500 to $700 range. $500 being the cheapest one, and typically they're more like $550, $600, $650. That's the average pricing. So what I've decided to do was pull a few kits and price them down a little bit for the Christmas season. So these 2 babies are 2 that I'm running on what I call my Christmas specials. So they're going to be $475 per baby, shipped in the United States only. And this one that I'm showing you right now is Trouble by Nikki Johnston. And I just finished her up. Hey, Denise. And Trouble is a newborn baby. She is listed by Nikki as being a 19-inch baby. Now, as you can see, she has very, very curled up little legs. So the 19 inches would be, if you were to stretch her legs out straight and measure her as a actual measurement, she would be a 19-inch baby. She doesn't actually measure, I don't think, but maybe, and I haven't actually pulled out a tape measure, but she's probably about 18 inches when you actually stretch her on a tape. She is a smaller newborn, so like her head is a little bit smaller around. So to give you an idea, that's her head in my hand. So she's not a large baby. As preemies go, she would be on the large end of a preemie. And as newborns go, she would be on the small end of a newborn. So she's right between the two. And it varies as to what size she wears depending on the outfit. So this particular outfit that she has on is one of the dresses that I special ordered from the United Kingdom. And I've mentioned before that I can't find these pretty little dresses in the USA anymore. It just seems like they don't make them anymore. When my kids were little, you could get featherbone dresses. You got the little petite me and the things like that, but they're harder to find nowadays. But anyway, this one is listed as a dress for a 3 to 5 pound baby. That's how it's listed. And as you can see, it fits her very well. And it comes with the dress and the bloomers. But then I also have a couple of like little newborn onesies and stuff, and they fit her well because she's too big through the middle and all for a preemie size onesie. So that's why I say she's right between the two. I have one sleeper that fits her that is a larger preemie size sleeper. Then I have other preemie sleepers that are too short for her. So that's why I say she's right between the two. She does have painted hair, which I have painted and texturized with. Now she's painted with the Reborn Effects air dry paints and silver air dry sealers. My own mix of matte air dry sealer that is very matte. The hair is sealed with Genesis satin varnish so that I do it with a stiff brush to give it some hair lines, which probably won't show up on the camera, but it works really nicely. It gives it a little bit of texture. You might can see it. I don't know that it's going to. Well, right there. If you can see how the light, let me see if I can do this with one hand, is hitting the head right there, you can kind of see the texture coming across. That's her painted hair. And as some of you who follow me know, I recently got a tutorial from Christine Watley on painting 3D hair, and it's helped me. I've gotten better with my hair painting following that tutorial, and I'm still ever learning and ever growing as an artist. She has hand-rooted lashes, so the little hairs, the little mohair lashes. And let's see, there's her little fingernails, and you can see her veining. She has a very sweet, solemn expression. And I think this kit was probably intended to be a boy, but, or the name Trouble sounded like a boy, but I thought that she just turned out looking like a beautiful little girl, so that's what I decided to make her. Let me see, the little feet. I don't know if I can drop the sock, if I can get her toes up in the camera or not. Let's see. There you go. The teeny tiny little toes, tiny little toenails. Trying to show you guys some of the detail of her coloring. So hopefully you can see she's nicely modeled. She is a probably what I would call a strawberries and cream, maybe peaches and cream baby. She is modeled, and but she is a softer coloring than my typical coloring. So but yet she has still has a lot of good healthy coloring to her. I like healthy looking babies. I don't like pale babies. So let me put her little headband back on. And she does have a magnetic pacifier. She does come with extra clothing and bottle and that kind of thing. So here we go. Doing this upside down. I'll get it on there in a minute. There you go. There's your pacifier. I don't have it on straight in the middle of her mouth. I'm gonna move it. But anyway, let me turn it around so I can look what I'm doing. There we go. So there she is. So that is Little Miss Trouble. She is available for $4.75 shipped in the United States. Now to purchase Trouble, if you go to my website, littledumplings.webs.com, and you go to the web store, she's listed on my web store. You just click and purchase it right there through the web store. So, and then I will get her shipped right out to you. I'm trying to avoid listing these dolls anywhere other than on my private website to avoid having to deal with fees to sell through other sites. So that's Little Miss Trouble. Hello, Miss Marilyn. Y'all, excuse me, my allergies have been giving me fits, and I'm still coughing lately. Yeah, she's sweet. She's very, very sweet. So I guess if I tilted the camera down, I'm afraid I'll mess up my lighting, but let me stand up a little bit. There we go. That gives you an idea of how she looks in my arms. So she's nice the way she snuggles right up and cuddles right up. The little bent legs and all. She's really cute. Really, really sweet baby. All right. That's her. And the next one, you guys have seen me talk about, I have loved this kit from the moment I got him. And also just, y'all hear my dogs, the mail trucks out there or something. I've loved him from the moment I got him. I loved him while I was painting him. I just have always loved this. But this is Raphael. And he's the other baby that I have on special right now for $4.75. Going to take his little hat off. Now, Raphael is a bigger baby. He's listed between 20 and 21 inches, depending on how you measure him. This is a newborn, I believe it is, size outfit he has on. Nope, this is a 3-month size sleeper he has on because it ran a little bit smaller. And then the underneath it, he has on a regular onesie that is by Gerber, and it is newborn sized. So he is a larger newborn. Let me show you his hair, and then I'll do a close-up of him. Of his clothes, I mean, of his skin tones. I'll get that out in a minute. So I was trying to experiment a little bit more with his hair painting and trying to do a baby that had a little bit more of a, I was trying to go with more of a wavy, flowy looking hair. I'm still working on that. But, and trying to get the 3D look to my hair. I think I'm coming along with it. I can definitely see improvement following the tutorial. It's just a learning process. He has the darker brown hair. And then I did the texturizing with the Genesis satin on him as well. So if you look, let's see, the way the light hits it, if it shows up. Right there, you can see it. Right in here, look how the light hits here. And you can see the texture as it hits it. It makes it look like little fine baby hairs. Well, I had it a while ago, and now I don't. Maybe you can see it a little bit. But anyway, he has rooted lashes. Let me stand up and hold him up so you can see him in the camera. You can see he's a big boy. Sweet, sweet, sweet boy. I'm going to take his outfit off so that you guys can see the coloring on his arms and legs. Since I have him in long sleeves, it's covering all that up. And you notice, anybody that ever purchases a baby from me will notice that I always try to do a body shot of the baby with no clothes on because I have nothing to hide. My babies are, I want you to see everything I painted, how it's painted, and how they look. So I'm not one of these people that tries to cover things up and make it look better than it is. It is presented to you as accurately as I possibly can. So let's see. There he is. Look at that. All right. Let's see. If I get over this way, the coloring looks a little better. Let's tilt my camera a little bit. I think my lighting's changed in here as the sun has. Hey, Audrey. as the sun has moved outside. So there's his little face. Still looking a little dark on my. Pull it back a little bit. Maybe that'll do. I never know how this camera's focusing. So you can see he has nice mottling. Bring his toes in. I'll turn him upside down and see if I can bring his toes in. Oh, piece of fuzz on him. Nope, still stuck on there. There we go. Okay. His little hands. And when I weight and stuff my babies, I weight them so that they are weighted with I use the larger glass beads in the middle of their body, surrounded by polyfill, and the beads are encapsulated in like a trouser hose. And I try to stuff them where the babies are weighted nicely, and where you can feel the weighting material a little bit if you squeeze it in certain places, kind of like a beanbag fill. But I try to surround them with polyfill enough where you don't feel bare weighting so much. So my babies are stuffed a little more. I'm not one that makes the real floppy babies. I've just never really cared for that. I mean, the head does flop back and the babies do move. But I have found that because polyfill is of the nature that it packs down over time, that if you stuff and weight a baby really floppy to begin with, the 3 months out is horrible. So because with handling and that kind of thing, they do pack down and get more floppy over time. So when you get a baby from me, you can squeeze it. And you'll find that these babies are very squishy. So you can squeeze it around, and you can see that the more you squeeze it and move it, the more it just takes a little bit of it molds with you as they age. So that's why I don't weight them too floppy to begin with. But you can see the baby moves very nicely. He has a pacifier. What did I do with it? There he is. So that's our little boy here. And he comes with more clothes and more little items and that kind of thing. So there will be a nice little box opening for somebody on Christmas morning, or if you get him before then. So that's our sweet Raphael. Now, this is an awesome deal on this baby. He's not only a limited edition, but he is a sold out limited edition. So unless you find this kid on the secondary market, you can't buy it anymore. So Raphael is a limited edition that is a sold out limited edition. So he'll be a good baby for somebody who likes collecting the limited edition kits. And he is $4.75, and he can also be purchased through my website on littledumplings.webs.com. You can go right there and click and purchase him. And that's Raphael. All righty. So that's all I have to present for you guys today. I just want to show these babies right quick. I want to thank you ladies for joining me that did. Those of you that came in midstream, go back and watch the beginning if you'd like to see anything you missed. Those of you that are seeing this after it has aired, it should be on my Little Dumplings Nursery page, and you can see these babies and see if you're interested in purchasing one of them and find out more about how I do my babies between now and Christmas. And I hope you guys have a great day, and go Georgia Bulldogs. All right. See y'all later. Bye.